Three Guys Podcast, episode 5. With me, Dylan.
With me, Fraz.
Andrew? Andrew? Oh, yeah, that's right. I finally killed him. Andrew's gone today, which is really so shit. I'm really disappointed that we're going to have to do this whole podcast without Andrew. Andrew is obviously a pivotal part of our podcast, and he's going to be so desperately missed. No, he's got a cold, so he's taking a day off work.
No, he's not well. So hope you get better, mate.
Yeah, hope you get better, guy. Having some troubles that are keeping him out of the podcast today, which is totally fine. It's totally fine. I mean, me and Fraz, obviously still putting in the full shift as usual for you, lawyer. You lawyer. I was going to say you lawyer listeners. You loyal listeners. But yeah, Andrew isn't going to be here. But you know what, Fraz? I do feel like it's only fair if I give him a chance to explain himself, perhaps to our loyal listeners. Loyal listeners.
Lawyer.
Our loyal listeners.
Right. Okay.
So. I think we'll get this out of the way. We'll just see what he comes up with. What excuse today? So there we are. Andrew. Sorry.
Okay. So. You know he's gonna be suspicious.
God damn it! Come in. It's the longest phone call ever.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Andrew. Sorry, man, I forgot to say earlier. What was the reason that you're letting down our loyal listeners again?
I don't know. You told me not to go.
Aye, that's bullshit. I never told you that. No, I just thought I'd give you this opportunity to tell the listeners why it's the Two Guys podcast today.
Nah.
Well, that sucked. God damn it, he got me again!
Oh, he's done you again. He's made you look like an absolute fool, mate. He made you look like a fucking fool, mate.
I'm sitting here trying to be a dick, trying to do my job and be a dick, and I get nothing back.
You get out-dicked.
Exactly. I tell you what, that was impressive for a guy that is as down in the dumps as he is just now. With he's got some illness which is contracted. I saw him yesterday. To be fair, he was feeling a bit down, but I thought I was hoping he'd be okay for today because I was feeling ill the whole of last week. Like
no, I remember you saying
before the last episode, I was like pretty rough, but then like the days after, I got so much worse. And to be fair, if our podcast was like 2 days later, because on Thursday I couldn't even breathe, swollen throat and stuff like that, it was pretty shit.
That'd be amusing. Was it me and Andrew? We're sitting in your room.
Yeah,
we're doing it. It's like,
just in the corner, like
it's like, oh, we've got this. You just recover. We've got this.
Yeah, but nah, it's fair enough. If you have to call in sick, you have to call in sick.
Yeah.
It's pretty shit because today was going to be our Dungeons and Dragons episode, but we're gonna have to.
Can't do it for Andrew. No, I can't do it.
You can't possibly do that, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to be like, yeah, we can do anything without him, it is the Three Guys podcast. We did try and get some replacements in. Well, very last minute, because Andrew told me, as Fraz was on the train. Thanks again for that, Andrew.
No, I would have still come.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, you can't just have you. You just say, hey, Three Guys podcast, it's just me, Dylan.
Yeah, well, we normally record this about sort of 5-6 o'clock-ish, and Andrew phoned in about 4:30, and he, as you can hear, he sounds like death.
Yes.
So try to get Omar. He's busy.
Yeah, he's busy.
Tried to phone Ben. Straight to voicemail.
Well, he's probably working. To be fair.
I think he is.
Yeah,
he most likely is.
It's called catering.
we thought of Mr. Griffin, but he's a bit too far away.
Yeah.
Too short notice. So we're gonna have to do it, the two of us today, which is fine. So Fraz.
Yes.
What's on your mind?
So obviously we'll schedule, as Dylan said, the Dungeons and Dragons, but feel there's a lot more now to discuss with Andrew and whatnot, so we can't do that. So we've just kind of rattled up some quick ideas, just quick conversation starters and whatnot. I've got some stuff running down. I've got one here. This is going to be a bit of a funny one. So right now I'm playing a game.
No funny business.
No funny business. So I'm playing a game right now. Called Wolfenstein. Everyone knows the classic.
Yeah, I remember. I think I played the first ones.
Oh yeah, and it's like
time ago.
3D. But
yeah.
it wasn't actually 3D if you think about it.
No, it's
No,
kind of like
it was just kind of flipped things. So
yeah, it was.
it gave you the effect,
strange.
but it wasn't technically 3D if you think about it.
Yeah, because everything like if you looked at a bad guy from the front, you'd see his face, and then you looked at the back, and it would just be like a sort of card,
Yeah,
and then like you'd see the back, and it's just a picture. So that is pretty.
absolutely loved it, but yeah, it wasn't technically 3D. So I'm playing the reboot. So Bethesda's done this. Obviously, they've done great games like Fallout, Skyrim, Skyrim again, and I think they've done.
Skyrim for the Wii.
I think they've done Skyrim again.
Yeah. They've released Skyrim many times.
Absolutely love Skyrim, but come on, it's about time for something new.
No, it's
So
like Elder Scrolls fucking 6, please.
yes, so they've rebooted the franchise, and so obviously Nazis took over the whole world. They won the war, blah blah blah. So obviously the Nazis, they were bad guys. They were bad guys. I'm not gonna say they were good guys.
Wait, let me get this straight. So the Nazis were not the good guys.
They were not the good guys. They're the bad guys.
They were the bad guys.
So it got me thinking one thing that would have been good if the Nazis did win. So
Controversial
yeah,
subject.
so,
Guys,
so I was
fuck, I thought Andrew was here.
I put this over to Becca. Becca's like, you're gonna have to tread very carefully with this one, but I want to get my point of view with one
yes,
thing.
please do.
One thing I was thinking that might have been a good idea was, so if the Nazis took over, everyone's under one banner,
Okay.
and would that not kind of? What's your thoughts on this? Of that?
What's
stopping-
my thoughts on
Was
this?
it, wait, not. I'm not wanting to think what would happen if the Nazis took over, but what I'm thinking is, what's your thoughts if everyone was under the same banner? So, for example, because we're obviously British,
Yep.
what would happen if everywhere was Britain? So everyone followed British rules.
Yeah.
You know, do you think that would stop wars, or do you think there's always going to be a war under one banner?
Well, that's a good point. Like,
Yeah.
seeing like North Korea and stuff like that, that's like complete dictatorship. So
Yes.
there will be like zero crime basically.
Yeah.
Near enough, because if you do anything wrong, you get put into like a work camp and stuff, and it's like super extreme, like laws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which, in the one hand, you're not gonna have any like, you're not gonna have much crime. See if you did it so that everyone was fed and stuff like that. Obviously, in North Korea, for example, which is one of the very few modern examples of a sort of dictatorship, you're gonna have like crime, people trying to get food and stuff like that. But I mean, it's gonna be so small because there's such a big military presence and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But if you had like everyone was well fed and it was under the one banner, the positives, there's no terrorism, there's no like crime and stuff like that.
No. Yeah.
There's no liberty though. That's another thing. There's not much free sort of will. I think if you do it as a democracy, it's like the whole world's under one banner. It's the world's too big. There's too many people to really have.
I think there'll still be rebellions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you would still have to have like a sort of state sort of system thing to keep everything in order. You couldn't just rule it from like one person rules over. You know,
No,
like,
yeah.
if you had your prime minister or whatever is your president, your emperor, whatever you want to
You'd
call
love
them,
that.
I would absolutely love it. Yeah, unlimited
I think I've not listened to all of them right now, but I'm sure unlimited power always gets mentioned.
Yeah.
That someone at least in the background says unlimited power. But yeah,
Or betrayal.
betrayal.
Yeah.
I think one of the episodes got named The Great Betrayal. Was it? Was that
Oh,
not
that's
the
the
first
first
one?
one. It was
Yeah,
the very first
the
one.
Great Betrayal.
Yeah. I started them off just by like thinking of funny titles, and I was like, maybe I should make it relate to the actual episode.
Yeah. Aye.
Which I think it only started last week in that school one, which I'm not gonna lie, was probably my favorite. I think I say that every week though.
Yeah,
the
but
last one's always my favorite.
It's either between 2 and 4 for me.
2 and 4.
I was a big fan of 2.
Yeah, you're a big fan too. Do you
Yeah.
listen to 4?
No, I never got around to it. No, was
I'd
it?
just like to point out I'm the only one that gets to listen to everything.
No,
so
was
that's the end of
it? My original plan was I was gonna re-listen to it and whatnot. Me and Becca were gonna sit down and what we normally do is play a game, one that's not got a story element. I love my stories, but one that's not got like you've got to concentrate. Is one of these
Yeah,
ones
so you can
just
zone
kinda
out.
zone out and just listen to the podcast and
Multitask.
just kind of like
Yeah.
shoot like a zombie or something.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, you've leveled up, and then you've listened to
Welcome to the shop.
what's I'm hoping some great voice acting skills.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I've leveled up like 5 times in melee combat or
Yeah.
something. But that's what I was planning to do. But me and Becca, we never really got around
No,
to
fair
it.
enough. You get one day off a week, don't you?
Yeah, no, yeah, big time. It's pretty
That's pretty shit.
pretty busy right now at work. So
Yeah, well, I mean, fair enough. You're there, obviously. Get Tuesdays off. That's why the podcast is always Tuesday, because it's the
Yeah.
only day we can really get Fraz.
yeah,
Because obviously because you work kind of late on. I mean, you don't get home sometimes till like 11:30.
11:30. You're just I'm just about to come off. I'm like, hey guy, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
gonna come
I
on for
know.
another hour.
It's the total flip of me. I get up at 6:30 in the morning, and
in the morning.
in the morning,
6 in the morning.
and I work from 8 till 3:30, which isn't too bad. But when you consider that, obviously I'll speak to Andrew a bit later on, and then because I need to keep up with Fraz because he's my guy.
Yeah, my guy.
So I need to wait up for him to speak to him for at least half an hour to an hour minimum.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to wait till 11:30, so then I don't get off till 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 o'clock.
You're a man that likes to sleep as well, eh?
Yeah,
Yes.
I love my sleep. So throughout the week, this is how much effort I put in, guys. I have about 4 hours of sleep a day from Monday to Friday, and then my Saturday and Sunday is just I'll go to sleep at like 12 or something at the latest, and I'll get up at like 9. Like I'll wake up at 9.
Yes.
So that's all right. 9 hours sleep, that's like you should be feeling quite refreshed. But then I go, it's my weekend. I don't need to get up at this time, and I go back to sleep and I wake up at like 2, and I've ruined the whole day.
That's a good point, right? One thing I've never looked into, right? So if I get 6 hours sleep, I'll get up. I'll go right, cool, shower,
Yeah.
good. But the recommendation is 8 hours, I believe. But if I get up at 8, it's just pure zombified. If I get up at 6, straight out of bed, straight to the shower.
Yeah.
Get up at 8, I'm just struggling to get out. I'm like, I'm gonna turn back over here.
Yeah, I think you need to just kind of, as stupid as it sounds, like listen to what your body wants. Like you can work on much less.
Oh no.
But then you need to like re-energize every now and then.
If I listen to my body, it's just bacon. It's just bacon.
Just that's all it wants. No, but I know they always say 8 hours sleep. You always hear that 8 hours sleep, like 8 hours sleep, 8 hours work, 8 hours play. I think that's how it goes.
That's a good question. I want to find this average Joe they always talk about. It's like average Joe's he's getting 8 hours sleep. He's eating this 5 fruit and veg. I heard a vicious rumor it's going to be turned into 10, and I was like, people are already struggling with 5.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it almost feels like a chore.
They just make stuff up though. They're always like, oh, milk's really, really good for you. Drink milk, drink milk, drink milk, drink milk. And they're like, actually, everyone's lactose intolerant to some degree. Don't drink milk.
Don't drink milk.
It's from a cow. You're not meant to have it.
Someone's fucked up here. Just
I
don't
know.
drink it.
It's like, white stuff. You don't need the white stuff. Hungry for apples. But I just kind of like they say 8 hours, but then I always hear you should have 1 hour less than whatever people say. So like, what is that, 7 hours then?
7 hours.
I actually quite like having 7 hours of sleep. I usually feel quite good after.
I think
7.
6 for me. 6.
6. I mean, if I sleep from 12 till 6:30 or something, it was like 6.5. I'll get up. Some days I'll feel great. Like I had 4 hours sleep the other day. Yeah. And it was brilliant. And then like I crashed really early. Or like I managed to get through my work day, and it's okay because I usually get up and have a cup of coffee and stuff like that, and get the metabolism going, get the caffeine in the system, wake myself up if I need it, and then I'm good to go. And then when I get back, like if I'm back at 4ish, and then it's about 4:30, and I'll kind of start. Sometimes I need like a nap for like an hour or 2 hours to just re-energize and get back into it. But most of the time I just force myself to stay awake, and then I'm up till 2 o'clock. Because I've got to speak to my friends because I'm a loyal friend.
I've got.
It kills me.
I keep my body clock keeps changing. I think I'm up to 5 these days.
5 hours.
I'm up. No, I'm up till 5 in the morning.
You're up till 5.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm up.
Christ.
No, was it? I find.
When do you start? Like 4?
I start my actual shift. I normally start about maybe 2:30, 3, just depending on how much prep needs done and whatnot. So on a busy night, I'll normally finish at like say 11. 11's normally then, but then by the time you drive back, it's like 11:30. Speak to you guys for a few, and then Becca will come in. Becca's latest, she'll now and then come in for half 1.
Yeah.
Because Becca works
at bar.
But yeah, she works in that bar, so.
It's pretty shit.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's good because you're both on the same sort of cycle.
Yeah, so
But you just lose your day.
She'll be in bed for like maybe 2:30. She'll go to bed. Well, she's the sensible one. I think that's sensible. I think I'm the laugh one. That gives
me. That's not bad if you finish at 1:30, and obviously you want to get like something.
Yeah, whatever.
When you get back.
Yeah. Well, you don't really want to eat. I mean, I think to say.
Yes. You don't want to go straight to sleep though.
Average Joe, Mr. Average Joe again says you should eat 3 hours before you go to bed. You shouldn't eat. Oh, sorry, you shouldn't eat 3 hours before you go to bed.
Yeah, because apparently if you eat stuff and then you go to sleep, then it's got no time to burn off, and then
it's just lying in you. Yeah.
And That's where you get all the problems. Which I think is probably true because I tend to eat a lot in the day now, like really early on.
I hardly ever eat. I only have one meal.
I forget to eat dinner quite a lot.
Average Joe does not like me. I only eat once.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Who is this average
Yeah,
Joe?
who are you?
Fuck you.
No,
Stop telling me how to live my life by your standards.
I finish work and I have my meal and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I eat. And it's funny because when I'm off, all I do is eat.
Yeah.
Physically, all I do is eat. But then when I'm...
Well, you only get one day off a week, so I suppose you just store up and then you're just like...
feast.
Stored up. I will feast and slumber this day. But yeah, now we've got the podcast, so I mean... Well, you know what? We might go out for... I don't know if to go for a Korean or to go for a Nanakusa. I don't know if I could tempt you in that. It's Fraz's birthday's coming up very soon.
Yes.
So we've
got... do you know I keep saying at work?
What?
Was it? I don't know. This is how I think about it. So you hit 18, you're like jamming, I can go out drinking. And then you think to yourself, I'm not 21 yet. You hit 21, you're like, you want to kid yourself. You go, well, yeah, I'm still young. Yeah. You hit 25, you're like, right, okay, yeah, I'm still young. So, see, when you hit 26, no excuses. You're a full-grown adult. You can't say you're a young kid anymore.
I know.
So I keep saying,
I can. I'm
so
only 23.
I've got this. I've got this little KP Callum. He's doing really well at my work, and he keeps saying to me, actually, he keeps calling me young Fraz, and I say to him, once it hits 26, that's gonna have to go. So he's like, yeah, I know. So I'm milking it as much as I can. I'm like, oh, you're the keeper.
Yeah, where you get people like me, and it's like, oh, Fraz, so what were the dinosaurs like?
Oh yeah, the fossil. I was speaking to Beck about this on the way here, and like, so it was Dylan calls me a fossil, and that's because Dylan's actually a robot, and he was made in the year 2000. So obviously, an average human being, he's like, oh, what a downgrade, what a fossil.
Well, you're only like what, 2 years, 9 months older than me or something?
Oh,
nearly 3 years.
You're actually going into the months. I wasn't even...
Yeah, well, I wouldn't, but normally, but I mean, we're only 3 months off as being 3 years older than me.
Yeah, well,
so.
Becca's exactly 100 days older than me.
Yeah, but
exactly 100 days.
But Becca's actually really young because she's a woman. It doesn't account, so you never get to know women's ages. So really, she's
not going to say it, but Becca thinks you're sick.
Hey, that's not true. Becca's really key. I'm just saying she's really key.
That's not you say behind the back.
God damn it. She's not Andrew.
Here's another one. This is just one I popped to Becca on the train and whatnot. Have you ever noticed? I was saying to Becca, Britain feels like it's just really serious right now. Everything is serious about it. Everyone's in suits, blah blah, very serious. All the fun kind of things, it's getting banned and whatnot. They're even I think they're fading out Mentos in 2020. Because right. They say apparently
because it's not good for you.
No, because they're
really.
Like, it's because we feel that people doing it, it's easier for kids to smoke, so we're actually going to fade it out by 2020.
Okay, so you're going to have to fade out
yeah.
fucking vaping as well.
That's
just a gateway.
It just feels like, was it that? But then
it smells alright. See
if you go everywhere in Europe and you just go down the street, I mean, I'm not saying just spear into people's life, but everyone seems spiritually happy. Spiritually happy?
What, in London?
In Europe.
In Europe.
But everywhere else, everyone just seem happy. They've got goals, they're happy and whatnot. But if you go down the streets of just Britain, everyone just seems miserable. Yeah, I don't know if you can put that down for the weather.
I'd say for Glasgow or Scotland in general, that's 100% true. It is a miserable place.
I would even say for England. I would have to say
I've not been enough. Well, I've been to England obviously a bunch of times, and I would say it's pretty true for Britain. But they get some sun, we get next to no sun.
But, I'm not saying that everyone in Britain's miserable. I mean, you get these people, you know, like there's this guy, and he really put a smile on my face today. I was in the train station. Now, I'm not dissing the train people, but most people that work in train stations are just miserable. They're just But there was this one guy, and he had a huge smile on his face and whatnot, and the barrier gate was broken. So he was just like, on you go, on you go. I was like, got my card and all that. And he just had a huge smile. And he was going, no, I trust you, on you go. Huge smile. He was having a laugh. He was joking around. Yeah. And I was just looking at this guy and I was just like, there should be more people like him. They're just happy, you know.
You know, see, whenever you, in this country, you're like smiling and happy, people think there's something wrong
with
there's
a thing.
And it's just such a negative thing straight away. And it's just like, no, just let these people be happy.
Yeah,
it makes you feel happier. Like, I wish... I mean, it sounds pretty stupid because obviously I'm the cockroach and
Yeah.
all about betrayal and stuff. But I would absolutely love it to be in a country where either people smile more and like are show a bit more happiness, especially to their fellow people. Especially if you work in like a catering sort of industry. Like when I worked at Subway, for example, you used to get fucking moaning faced arseholes.
No, they look like they're better than you.
I know,
Every
and
one
they're
of
just
them.
like shouting, they're all miserable, and it's just like fucking lighten up, man. You're gonna die one day.
Yeah.
You may as well be happy at least a little bit. Because see, just a stranger, like you just said there, just like being nice or saying something nice, that can make your day.
Yeah, no, yeah, damn.
So imagine like more people did that, it'd be great. But one thing I would say about you're saying about other people in other countries always seem happy.
Well, it was Europe. I was giving Europe this one.
In Europe, I would say you're obviously on holiday whenever you're in Europe, so that kind of straight away gives you a more positive feel because you're not.
Oh, you're not working, yeah.
You're not working, so.
But it's more just when you're walking past people and you
Yeah.
can tell they're actually from.
Content, yeah.
You tell them that they're from that place.
Yeah.
You can just look at them; they'll just
They're
genuinely
French,
happy.
just sitting there with their little pencil mustache and their beret on and their black and white stripes.
Can I just
think
say
I'm describing a
they,
meme.
they, they don't
Am I?
all have
Am I?
that?
I'm
They're
being-
not all stereotypical French.
Just sitting with a big massive baguette in their hand.
With a bike
Red
of
wine.
onions.
Just the
No
red
garlic,
wine.
sorry.
The red wine just like in front of the Eiffel Tower, wherever.
Right, there we go. We've done our offend people
Yeah.
today. We've offended the French.
I think you like French people.
Me?
Yeah, you quite like French.
I'm used. Was it when I was younger? When I was younger, I wasn't a big. Wasn't that? When I was younger, I wasn't a big fan of French. But now, when I've grown up, I just want to just chill. You know,
Yeah, you're not
just
too
get
bothered.
on with everyone.
I thought I could provoke him into going on a French tirade, but it seems that Fraz.
No, that
once
Fraz
knew,
gone.
He's gone.
That phrase popped out for the last one with the school.
Yeah.
But, That was a different phrase.
yeah, it's a different Fraz.
But,
Much younger. Much younger.
I was
Fraz.
definitely saying to Dylan, and I think Andrew fully agrees with this, so I'm going to talk on his behalf as well. But we definitely want to do another school one. I think we did mention it on the last
Oh,
one,
yeah.
but
There's so much.
story.
we missed.
As I say, I always say at school it was a different phrase. I always say that because it's just completely out of my new character.
Yeah.
I was just completely different. You know, I just didn't really give a
You
fuck.
basically started the game again.
Yeah, I
Now
started again. I was
you're
reborn.
You're new save. Yeah, well, there's so many stories that we had in school that we never even touched on. And even the thing I was saying about Omar and I stealing each other's bags and stuff, I can go so much more in depth about that because there's so many more funny things. I won't give away too much, but there's a lot of stuff that could still be tapped into on the whole school front. So we'll definitely make maybe episode 10 or 11 or something.
No. Here's the thing. Don't do that. I mean, I
know
I
he
actually
said-
said to the guys, I didn't want to talk about
From
the
episode-
Dungeon Dragon.
From episode 1, you
Yeah, I said, I
episode
think
5.
I just ran away. Oh, episode 5, and then we're on 5, and it's like we can't do it.
I know people skip forward. It's like, they're not going to talk about
Hey
it.
guys,
This is bullshit.
They're
They
gonna talk
lied.
about Dungeons and Dragons. That's my joint. Hey,
Yeah.
they're not even mention it.
I did not said anything
You
about
guys
it.
are phonies.
Yeah, you guys are. dicks.
But oh, no. Right, I think he's hit every episode. That's another one. He's been making every episode.
Yeah, I think so.
He's just like, you did me.
You did me already. God damn it. Oh well.
Right, what's your thoughts? Right, okay, here's just another one I've just scribbled down. What's your thoughts on people playing music on the streets?
Buskers.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on them?
I've done it once.
Have you?
Yep. With Omar.
I used to know someone, Ailey Allen. I used to go to school with her. I was a good friend
Recognise
with her. She used to do it all the time. I think she even done it with her family actually.
Yeah.
And she's doing calendar. You'd walk past and then always had to find change. Always had to. I was
Yeah,
like, no,
same.
she's a friend.
Furniture.
Do you ever give money to buskers? Or,
No.
you know,
No, I don't.
I
I
do
have
now
a
and
couple of times, but that's very rare. I mean, me and Omar did it once, and we did it in Glasgow Central. There's this one bit of Glasgow Central, which is kind of like where the arches used to be.
I know what
like,
you're talking about.
You know,
Yes.
it's like it's sort of kind of like a sort of tunnely bit, and there's like chip shops and stuff. And then it's like it just echoes everything. Like
Yeah.
so, the cars coming through are super loud, and we decided to busk there because we were kind of nervous, so we didn't want people to hear us. But we got like, I think we got a tenner each or something for playing for 90 minutes,
Yeah.
which is pretty good when you think about it.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's like more than minimum wage, or just about minimum wage.
That's annoying because my question was going to lead on to who would you not and who would you give to?
Anyone that plays Wonderwall by fucking Oasis.
You got a fiver, you can play Wonderwall. You're just sitting there shouting requests. I can't play that.
No, anyone that plays that shouldn't be paid anything.
Oh, shouldn't be?
Shouldn't be.
I thought you were going to say should be.
No, it's the most. Me and Omar have refused to learn it, and there's 3 chords to the song, but we've refused to learn how to play it. It's not a bad songwriting. It's just that every arsehole learns. Like, I remember people I really used to hate in school would sit and busk around towns where we lived. And they couldn't sing or anything, had no talent, but they were playing Wonderwall, and I'm never going to play that song.
I'm sure.
The Pretenders play that shit.
I'm sure.
There's always like a set thing that everyone plays, and they always do like a fucking modern song, and then they just do it like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just play this, but
This
it's gonna
isn't
be
working.
acoustic, and I'm gonna sing it slower and stuff, and it's like, oh fuck off.
Was it? Mine's a bit on Family Guy. The Star Wars bit. It's kind of. I don't know why it's coming in my head, where it's like they're doing the canteen bit. And it's like, got any song requests? Got any? Play the same song.
And here's Wonderwall again. Here's Wonderwall by Oasis. It was, oh god damn it.
No. Yeah, I was saying to Becca, right? Obviously, a pair of us, we're Scottish, but one thing I don't like is I don't like bagpipes. I don't like bagpipes.
I hate them.
So you see,
I don't hate them, but I just don't like the noise
you
they
see
make.
buskers and whatnot, and then it's just like see him playing the bagpipes. And he's, oh yeah, and then all the tourists are like, oh, in Scotland the bagpipe. Oh, have money.
Throwing baguettes.
Have money.
At
They're throwing money.
goddamn French people again.
It's like, oh yeah.
Oh, it's so stale.
It's like, oh, it's just like no. And then I was saying to Becca, I was like, what would I give money? So I was saying, there was this guy. He was pretty good actually. He was playing Hotel California.
Yeah.
I quite like that song. And
song,
he's doing a good big thing. So I was like, oh yeah, on you go. Here's some money. And the guy winked to me because he was mid song, so you can't say, oh thank you.
Yeah, I know.
It's like-
it's so awkward when you're like playing, and I remember that. And,
I would hate
the one
that.
time we did it, like if you're playing and then someone throws it, and you're like, oh, I need to acknowledge them. But
Yeah.
then, like you can't. Or you could blink or something.
Yeah,
Wink.
so yeah, he winked to me. But and then there was this other guy, and I don't know what he was doing, but he was like standing there, and he was playing like, it wasn't dubstep, but it was more like kind of Englishy kind of rap style, you know. So he was playing that, and he had his little deck and that, and I was just like, no, I don't know if there's
No,
something
Pete,
kind
no.
of like street kind of music for buskers. I don't know if there's that kind of thing where you go, right, okay, that's nice. I like to walk to the shops and hear that. Here, you have a little bit of money, and then you hear like that. You're like, no. I mean, you said under the bridge, kind of. That's where you're dusting. That's where that boy should have been.
Yeah,
The kind of the graffiti behind him. Shit.
Shit, Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305.
Shit with the codec.
Yeah. No, I felt really awkward busking. I don't. It's not something I would like to do. Often I want to be. I mean, what serious musician other than I think Katie Tunstall? I know she did it.
Yeah.
So she started off busking, but like, how many buskers end up actually? I mean, Ed Sheeran, I suppose that's kind of a big one as well. But, like,
don't mention that boy.
If you're doing your own stuff, fair enough. But if you're just doing what's on the charts at that moment to try and get a couple of quid, then fuck off.
No, was it? No, as soon as I go out drinking, because I've got a. I would be known as a ginge. Was it? But it's alright, guys. I wear a hat all the time. Listen, Dylan's never seen me without a hat.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be speaking to him if he didn't have his hat on.
Yeah, of course. It's only modesty. But if you're out on a night out, you get known as Ed Sheeran. That is your name.
Yes, 'cause
You
you're
go, oh hey, Ed Sheeran. It's like, yeah, there's like 20 of us in here.
Yeah, that guy is like, yeah, that's really
It's
funny.
like, I'm an individual, actually. I'm not named Ed.
I'm not actually Ed, thanks. I'm not actually Edward.
But then they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna call you Edward.
Yeah, that sucks. But I usually just get called the small guy with sticky uppy hair.
Yeah.
Or I get asked if I blow dry my hair. It's like, do you blow dry that, mate? And I'm like, no, it just sticks up. And they're like, fuck off.
What was the name?
You do, don't you?
What was it? You done that? Was it you dyed your hair for Halloween? And what was that guy calling you? What was it? The guy out of Train
Goku.
Spotting.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and then we were going to Omar's place. We were walking outside Omar's place, and there was that guy, and then you guys started talking to this drunk guy, and he called you the guy. Oh, what's his name?
What's it? Sick boy.
Sick boy. That's it. He goes, "All right, sick boy."
actually said
I
that?
think you just blew it off as well. And then he was just talking to me and Omar, and then was it Omar? He was
That's
completely
funny
fine.
because I only saw it last year, and obviously I saw it before Halloween, so
Yeah.
I would have known that straight away.
Well, you
I can't believe I
only
don't
just watched Trainspotting.
last year. Yeah,
Or you watched the second one?
yeah.
Ugh, first one. It's not as good as the first one.
I didn't mind it. I mean,
It was alright, but it felt like the first one. Obviously, everyone knows. Most people knows Trainspotting. You know, say Scotland. That's one of the things that gets brought up and whatnot. But I felt the first one was so good that the second one just keeps living in its shadow because it just keeps referencing the first one,
Yeah,
like
you
showing
can
you
never-
bits from the first one. Like there's the classical scene where they've robbed the place and they're running.
yeah.
I think Sick Boy hides and whatnot,
yeah.
and then he gets away, and then the other two, they get put down, and then he runs in front of the car and he just smiles at the guy behind the thing.
Yeah.
And then that gets obviously, was it the guy's walking down the street and
Choose life as well,
he
yeah.
sees it and all that. And the ending of the second one I hate. That
Really?
just ruins it for me. When the last goes, I think I know what you should call the book.
Yeah.
Oh, that just ruins it for me. I'm just like, oh, cheesy.
Spud. What a fucking character though. I love Spud.
Oh no, yeah.
No, the first one was. I don't really like watching too depressing movies because it's just like.
I don't get depressed very often. Was it Mad World? People, I've got that on my playlist and I play it at work, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's such a depressing song." I don't get depressed. I'm
Yeah,
just like, "Oh,
I
that's
love
good."
that song.
I was just like,
absolutely
that's a good
love
wee
it.
song.
Love playing it. No, it's just movies that are kind of dark and grim and there's no hope in them. That just reminds me I'm from Scotland, and that's what it feels like half the time for me. It's just like it's so dark. And
So what? You just sit there watching Disney films then?
basically, or comedy. I love comedy films. They're just things anything that makes me laugh and makes it or just like puts a positive outlook. I try and stay in the positive zone.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's very easy to just sort of.
Love comedy films, but I don't like comedy films that try too hard.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'm not actually I can't say the actual person, but I know a few people where it's just like, you know, when you're just generally funny.
Yeah.
And it's like you just.
Sorry.
You know when you're just having a conversation, you just all chip and add, and
Yeah.
then it's just funny and it gets funnier and funnier.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like you're not trying to be too funny, but you're just having a laugh with your mates. And then there's always that one guy who just appears, and you know, he's sitting there, he's thinking, oh, I need to try and put a fucking bomb down here. That'll make everyone laugh. And then he opens his mouth, and it's just kind of like, no, you've done that too far.
I hate my mum.
There's always that one guy, and oh yeah, it's just like, hey, what did you say? It just reminds me of the sketch on Chewing the Fat. Oh,
Yeah,
another
what,
Scottish thing.
What
where
fucking show that was.
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, they bring out a new still game. But anyway, these car salesmen, and they're all just having a little laugh and that. And then there's that one guy just takes it too far, and everyone just kind of walks away like, no, conversation's done.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like
Goodbye.
that. But yeah, apparently there's a new still game on I think it's the 9th or the 8th of March.
Yeah, I do love a bit of still game.
Yeah, that is Scottish humour. That is fine.
Yeah, if you've never seen anything Scottish, that's probably the apex of Scottish humour right there.
Right there.
It's absolutely fantastic. I love Chewing the Fat as well. I kind of wish they'd do that because they could get kind of random things in as well.
For me, when I was young,
say Still Game came from Chewing the Fat. Like,
yes.
Jack and Victor started out as a sketch on that.
Oh yes. So. For me, New Year's was
special. Yeah.
It was always Chewing the Fat, followed with Only an Excuse. Was it Only an Excuse?
Excuses.
Yeah,
same always.
I am not a football fan. I love my World Cup. Actually, I'm big. I get into the zone with World Cup, but the rest I just can't be bothered.
You're watching this year then?
Yes, I will be.
Russia, 2018.
Yeah.
But I was actually the first thing.
But
I was ever on.
That was always funny.
Was Only an Excuse.
Really?
When I was an extra.
I didn't know.
Well, first thing in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep, that was the first thing I was ever on.
What's
You saw my nose very briefly.
You saw, yeah. Was it no offense, but you're always.
Off. Yeah, it really annoys me.
Oh no, you're always self-confident, right? You know.
Yeah. Not anymore. Like I used to be quite self-conscious about the old nose.
I'm gonna have to look this up.
I don't even know if you could. Like, it was just this one. I actually got filmed for loads of really good bits. Like one of them was basically there was two football teams, a professional team, and then the amateur team. And I was meant to be in the amateur team.
Yeah.
So the professionals, it's halftime, they're like warming up and stuff, and drinking their Lucozade and got their physio and stuff like that, and they're getting ready, and then it changes over to the amateur team, and then we're all drinking pints.
No.
But they never included it because I thought it was funny.
No,
I
that's
thought it was a really
didn't
funny
they?
part, but they just left it out, and I was like, God damn it! I think I actually may have fucked it up though, because this is when I was like 16,
Yeah.
and could not drink a pint, especially not the shit they give you on a film set, which is like non-alcoholic
Yeah, well,
beer.
is
but
it not normally water coloured?
No, it's usually
Is it?
actual beer, but well, it's usually non-alcoholic beer or just something that's very similar to it, and I couldn't take it, so like some of the guys were drinking half of it and then throwing it over their face and stuff like that, and because it was quite funny, and then there was me trying to down it and I just fucked it. So I think I might have actually been the cause for that not going on air.
Sorry.
Sorry. Obviously you couldn't do it twice because they like soaked themselves with it as well, so like I think I may have ruined that.
Ah, was it?
Pretty lame,
Everyone
but-
gets one. Yeah, was it? I'll tell you what, right?
Everyone gets one.
I think you asked me for an interesting fact.
Yeah,
You know what?
fascinating facts
I
with
think
Fraz.
I've got one. Oh, that has just reminded me of one.
Hold on, wait, we need to do Django. Okay,
Should I
Andrew?
do Andrew's bit?
Yeah, I think you can do that. I was looking for a third person there, but there was no third person in sight, unfortunately, that could do that. So, okay.
Fascinating facts with Fraz.
Fascinating.
So this fact actually was it? I'm going to shout out to Griffball. I think he told me this like a while ago. So his dad is he's catering.
Okay.
Was it Gartmore? I think it is Gartmore House or something. But anyway, not important. So before he done that, he used to do, you know, when you go into Burger King.
Yeah.
And then you go up and then the food looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then you get pretty shit. Actually, I'd say that's probably
You have
more.
to
That's
pay.
McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, no, Burger King's not so much.
Burger
that
King's
it's
pretty
shit.
good.
It's just you have to spend like 14 quid on a burger.
Oh, but it's tasty.
I know, but come on, it's fast food. Let's
Right.
not dress it up as something. It's not.
Anyway, so I'd rather go with McDonald's for this one because McDonald's is physically, it looks amazing. Then what you get, you're just like,
It's just a piece of shit.
yeah, pretty much, yeah, piece of shit.
It never goes off.
But you see the actual pictures on, obviously, when you're going to buy them above the counter and whatnot.
Yeah.
So majority of that is stuff like washing up liquid on the burger to make it shine, and the funnier bit is, you know, the steam rising from behind.
Yeah.
What that is normally tampons, but being put in water, then the microwave, and it gives off the steam behind it.
Seriously.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Because I knew that.
Griffball can vouch for that.
Again, for Subway, I remember like they used to say that to get it as it was, they would actually like glue the pieces in
Yeah, no, yeah.
place and stuff like that.
It's unedible, the stuff on the board. You know
Yeah.
that stuff you're like, that is what I want. It is
Yeah.
unedible. You can't eat it.
Well, I actually did used to make them like because they used to say, like, "Oh, can you make it like it looks on that?" And I did.
Well, McDonald's did not get the memo.
Yeah. Well, I was really slow because I was making it perfect. That's probably why most people were pissed
Well,
off at me.
you shouldn't rust the masterpiece.
I know. I never do.
should
I'm
not-
like, I take pride in anything I do.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. So if you got a problem with that, well then don't hire me, you fuckers. I'm going to do it perfect, or I'm not going to do it at all.
That's almost as good as Nanasu.
Nanakuza sponsors a free.
We're still looking for that
Free Gas
sponsor.
podcast. I know. You know, I actually think I've decided I would like to go there tonight instead of this Korean place.
Yeah.
I'm in the mood for a big meal, but I mean, it's your call. It is your call. Your birthday's coming up, and I know you want to go for your birthday, so I don't want you to. But I mean, to be fair, it's the 20th. It's Kurt Cobain's birthday today. There's a fascinating fact.
Oh.
The 20th of February.
Fascinating facts. But
He would be 51 today, I believe. I think it was
Such a
1967.
waste.
Yep.
Such a talented artist.
Yep, he was my inspiration to get into music, so that's why I know that.
It's funny. I'm actually staring across the how should we call this, the booth, the office. How should we call this?
My room.
And
let's not dress it up as something it's not, Fraz. It's
you got a little
my-
shrine on your radiator of Kurt Cobain in a.
You know,
figure,
the funny thing
unopened.
is, I know I've got like a Nirvana, what do you call it, Unplugged in New York vinyl over there. I've got.
Limited
That's
edition.
like pretty much the only thing that survived. Apart from if you look in there,
Yeah.
there's actually all these excerpts from this book that I destroyed because it was just badmouthed them the whole time. So I just took all the photos of them out and then burnt it actually. And then me and Omar made it a cover for one of our songs that we were gonna make a single. But yeah, this whole room used to be covered in posters, and obviously I had my Fender Jaguar, which was one of the famous guitars Kurt Cobain would use. But over the years, like obviously I sellotaped everything up, so it all just fell down. I used to have a Cartman poster as well, so
Yeah.
now I've just got shitloads of guitars.
No, it's more was it when I was when I lived at my mum's and all that, I'd have like little posters and whatnot. But then it's like when you grow up, it's more the posters get framed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just doesn't look right. I mean, I never did it when I was younger, but like when I moved here and I was like 16 again, I think that's how old I was. No, I was 15 just briefly.
Yeah, we're all sad to see you.
Oh no,
Moved to
I
Glasgow.
was 16 actually. Yeah, you're all sad to see me go, but now it's totally sweet because you're like, oh sweet, we might go to Glasgow.
Hey, I love Glasgow.
Fraz's plan is actually to hopefully move to Glasgow this year, so
I wish.
oh, I'm gonna have to edit that.
No, was it? No, it's a kind of when he's I wish I could scenarios.
Yeah, well, to be fair, to put it right, it's actually my plan for Fraz. I'm gonna phone up and be like, "Oh, we this is your boss's boss. We need
Your boss's boss.
Yeah, no, we need. I'm pretty sure he's the owner, isn't he?
But yeah,
we need a new guy in our new establishment in Glasgow. So
Yeah.
Fraz Russ, he'll do. Let's get him Let's get him over here.
He's like, yeah, sure. Wait,
It's like,
I don't have a boss.
yeah, hey, goddammit.
No,
No, you've been at your place for ages. You've been on what, 7-8 years?
I was doing them. I think it's 8.
That's crazy.
8. But you.
Longest I've ever been anywhere was, I think it was the LNU, and that was like
Great food.
year and a month. A year and a month. I don't like staying places for too long.
I tell you what, was it? Did we ever talk about when me and my missus went there, and then you were serving? Did we
Okay,
ever-
I used to work at a pub
Did
called
we
the
ever talk
Lion and
about that?
Unicorn, which is great because I worked with Andrew before that for like 4 months or something at the King's House Hotel, which is now sadly demolished. Because
Is it?
they were bought over, yeah, and so they've kept the historical bit and they broke all the like newer build stuff,
Isn't
and now
that-
they're rebuilding it to be because it's owned by like Stella Artois.
Oh, is it? I thought it
owners.
was like more people had it.
It used to be owned by a family, and then they sold it to the owners of Stella because the
Oh,
family
right.
moved from basically from Glencoe, which is one of the most beautiful sort of places you can live in the world, and then they moved to where the Giant's Causeway is
I think so. Yeah.
in Northern Ireland. They moved
24
there.
24 hours.
24 hours.
I mean, go for outside a pub and some guy walked past us and he just said that. That's the only bit of the conversation we heard. We just looked at each other like 24 hours. That was the whole of Ireland for us now. Not now. 24 hours.
But basically, I worked at the LNU after that because
Don't worry.
4 months seasonal work. and
Sorry,
then-
you've insulted the French. I've insulted the Irish.
Yeah, I know.
We're done.
you need to be-
Sorry, Andrew.
you need to be
We've destroyed the podcast.
Yeah, you need to be careful with that one.
Yes.
Yes. And you also talked about Nazis. Fucking hell, Franz.
What?
You talked about
No, I
Nazis.
was, no, I talked about
That's not what
Wolfenstein.
I heard.
I talked about Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Hey, play this back. Play it back, Johnny.
Play it back.
Hey, play it back, Johnny.
But yeah, basically, I was 4 months in the King's House Hotel, and then I was this live-in job because it's like 3 hours away from Glasgow, or 2.5. And then I got an offer from old sort of school friend's mother, who owns the Lion and Unicorn, which is a pub in Thornhill, which is where Omar's originally from. And I basically lived in and worked there for just over a year.
Yeah.
And Fraz, Fraz and I have always spoken,
Yeah, we've always
but
been.
we were like, spoke loads when we first met. And then it was kind of like this natural sort of thing when people are trying to like find their own way and stuff. I was moving about, so I wasn't really in one place. So we kind of we didn't lose contact, but we just didn't speak very often.
No.
Because I stopped going on Xbox and
I
stuff.
mean, we were
and
both busy.
Yeah.
No, you went on Xbox, but
I didn't have Facebook, right?
You
for
didn't know-
3 years.
you didn't know that you were appearing offline.
Oh, yeah.
Why is no one speaking to me?
When I did go back on, I hadn't realised the last time I was on, I was set to appear offline. So for like 4 or 5 months of being back on, I was like, why Fraz used to always invite me to stuff. Why is this not happening? And I sent him an invite, and he was like, "You're offline." I was like, god damn! I've been so bored. But Fraz, unbeknownst to me, was a quite regular visitor to the Lion and Unicorn to get the
Yeah,
the
you were
wonderful
always
steak burger.
off and away
Sponsored
somewhere.
by the Lion and Unicorn.
No.
3 guys. Sorry, Nanakusa.
It's gotta be Nana.
Right, it's gotta be Nanakusa.
We love you, Nana.
We love you, Nanakusa. But yeah, you guys used to always come in, and I was obviously a waiter there. And when I see my good friends coming in, since I lived there, I had to take my break, and I just eat my food, which is like usually was my dinner as well. So it'd take like 20, 30 minutes. And luckily for me, every time Fraz and Becca came in, I'd always just be like, you know, I have to go home.
I'll just take it now.
I just used to stick my food order in with their food order, just make it the same table, and then I just wait until it was ready, and then I just like, I'm going to my break, and then I just sit at the table with them and eat with them. It's so funny.
No, what's the thing you had? And it just absolutely
Okay, I know what
threw
you're
me.
gonna say.
Yeah,
I know what you're gonna say. I used to get the steak burger because Fraz loved it, so,
so
I
good.
he would put me in the mood for it.
The chips were proper crispy on the outside, fluffy. You got a brioche bun. The burger.
Love a brioche bun.
It was a proper burger, and what was it? You got like the relish was really good as well.
Ah, yeah,
Just
it's
absolutely, like one of the
Why
best.
do they call relish when it's basically just salsa?
I don't know.
There's a potential fact for you to find out.
I don't do homework, mate.
I
did not do
I
homework.
don't actually do homework.
No, seriously, I don't do homework. We've discussed this last episode.
No.
I don't do homework.
But yeah, okay, I'm kind of a strange guy. So you would get
Yeah,
get your burger, your cheese, your relish, your brioche bun. I don't like chips. I never really have liked chips. I don't know why. I don't like French fries. I don't like chunky chips. I don't like potato wedges. I don't like.
As long as it's not oven chips, that's all I say.
I just don't like chips. So I usually have mash, like mashed potato instead.
Right, that's all right, but continue.
But,
Continue.
I don't know why. I just always kind of like experimenting with food. So I usually have my mash on top of my burger, and I'd put it in between the bun.
That's weird.
But I mean, I don't get why it's weird because you're just gonna eat it anyway.
Yes.
Some people would put their chips on top of the burger. No one would say that's weird.
I watched a YouTube video and some guys like, yeah, this is the ghetto Big Mac.
Big Black.
Big Black.
This is the ghetto Big Mac.
I like how Andrew's not here and we're the guys insulting him.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so this is the Big Mac. And it's like,
get taken off air.
The ghetto Big Mac. He's like, yeah, and then the guy just opens up and puts the chips in the chick. Goes, yeah, that's a ghetto. It's like, no, that's just a Big Mac with chips, mate.
Yeah,
calm down.
See, exactly. So that's not weird. But then when I put mash on it, I'm sorry. Oh, that's really weird. The food police come in. Well, you don't want to just eat it on its own. It's kind of boring on its own. I mean, I could eat it.
Okay, right. Okay, that's the weird thing about me, right? So if I get a chip, I get chips.
No, I really want that steak burger. Thanks.
Yeah,
it's so good. It is amazing. Go to the Lion Yukon. It's brilliant.
No, I recommend Nanakusa. I need Nanakusa. Get Nanakusa. I still love you.
Nanakusa.
I still love you.
Ah, don't take this away from me. I always have people try to steal Nanakusa from me. I've been going for like 7 years. Every birthday.
And he always chooses different things.
It's kind of awkward actually because it's a Japanese restaurant. My birthday is on the 7th of December. Unfortunately for me, the 7th of December is also the anniversary of Pearl Harbor when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor and destroyed many American naval ships and obviously consequently killed a lot of American troops, which then forced America's hand and made them jump into World War II. So every year I go to a very empty Japanese restaurant on this particular day. So I'm not going to change my birthday. I can't. So, but I mean, it worked out pretty well because it always seems to be fairly empty on my birthday.
They always take good quality of your food.
They're just sitting there. They're always like really sorry. They're like, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry
it's
for
like,
your loss.
It's not your fault.
It's like, sorry.
Hey, we're not American.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, sorry.
We are not American.
What is it? One weird thing I do is I'll eat the chips, then the burger, then the salad. Right? And yeah, you're looking at me like I'm weird, but yeah, that's what I do. And yeah,
that's disgusting.
A lot of people say that's weird. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just like to eat my chips, eat my burger, eat my salad.
That's like prioritizing. I would always go for burger first. Anything that's got the meat in it always goes first.
Alright.
Alright. I knew you were going to say that. Fraz is always this guy. Whenever you say something, always picks up the sexual innuendo.
But
every time.
There's always a pause. There's always that look across the room. Like,
I know, you're just like, oh, he got me again. Oh, he got me again. You did me, Eddie.
Anyway, one thing I haven't done.
Oh.
Questions.
The comments.
I've got a comment.
I've got a question.
And this one goes out to... I call him Joe Blow, but this goes out to Joe.
Alright.
This goes out to Joe. So Joey's got a question along by a comment
for Andrew. And
so,
okay, we'll just hand it over to Andrew to answer this question. You know,
I couldn't have said it better
I
myself.
actually really like Andrew today. For the first time ever. This is the most I've liked Andrew in any
Oh,
podcast.
fuck's sake. Can I just say,
Yes,
just for the
yes.
record, get Wilson, mate. Right, anyway.
Please don't.
So, Joey's question, and Joey's question. He's got two questions, in fact.
Oh, excellent.
First question. Actually, I'll ask the second one first. First is what's happened to the tree?
Oh, this is he's just going
You
to bring
know
that up.
that your favorite tree.
All right, yeah, he's gonna bring this
He
up.
says, "What's happened to it?"
What's happened to it? I fucking okay.
So no, apparently, okay, this. I have right. Okay, so long story short, we started a
Wonder what's
Minecraft
happened.
server, right? And
it's a while back.
so
Not really kept.
it was a big
date.
yeah, it was a big community.
Andrew destroyed my house.
Hold back. So this was a community
Like
thing.
an asshole.
So we all built on it and that. We all that. So eventually, some people stopped to come to the server, and me and Joey, we continued for a little bit longer.
That
And
was a dig at me.
I think-
I got a PC.
I think
I'm a PC
I
master race now.
hey, you can still go on a PC. But anyway, so me and Joey continued, and me and Joey set out to go to the end. Me and Joey got to the end, and hands up to Joey, I'm the one that stopped. I think Joey continued going, and then eventually Joey got bored because I think everyone stopped.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Joey, and then Joey was like, "What happened?" Like, because Dylan, there's only one thing Dylan really cared about this server, and I don't know why, but when the server started, I planted a tree outside his house, and it
That
just
was you. I thought that was ancestors from billions of years ago.
shut
That's what
up,
the sign
shut
said.
up, bro, shut up, bro, boy.
That was a fossil. I got
Right, so
fossilized
Dylan-
remains of the person
Dylan-
that planted it.
He cares about this tree, right?
I
And
love
he
it.
actually even writes next to this tree, "Whoever tampers with this will cause war."
And I meant it.
He
I
meant it.
meant it.
So-
I'll destroy everything.
Joey reports back to me in this question, and the question is,
Yeah, I've not been on for a while, so this
the
is
question
news to me.
is, what happened to the tree? Which apparently there's still the tree trunk is there, but all the leaves are gone. I'm just saying what I've been told. And the second question is,
What?
will you return to the server? If other people are just before you, because I know you're gonna, you want to lash out here. All I'm gonna say is,
God damn it!
all I'm gonna say is, if other people return, I'll happily return. But if no one else returns, then I think it's done. But if other people return, I'll return. Over to you, my patient colleague.
Okay. Well, that's a bit of a bombshell,
Yeah.
to say the least. All I can say is I'll go for logic first. Perhaps there was a storm and it set fire to it and it burned all the leaves off. Sometimes the storms stop before they burn the whole thing down.
My whole
so-
house burned down because of a storm. Once.
Yeah, oh god, it's so beautiful as well. It's like this Japanese style, like 8 stories tall on top of a mountain, beautiful house. Best thing I've ever seen anyone build. We used to always joke that Fraz, all his houses look very plain compared to Muck, who we've mentioned before. He always builds these absolute monoliths everywhere.
We just built these.
Monolithic structures.
We built these
Beautiful.
houses, and then Mark's just like,
Muck just shits on them.
yeah, I suppose your
Oh, that's
5-year-old
cute.
your 5-year-old children must have built it for you. Hey, you did that, and he just builds this beautiful thing, and
Yeah.
it's just next to our just.
Fraz and I combined are about 50 years old, and Muck's like, what? How old is he? Like 18?
17, I'd say.
Something like that, and he just takes the fucking piss
And
out
he
of
just
us.
builds these beautiful.
I was like, oh, I get it. Oh, that's cool. You're a virtuoso. That's fine. Fuck you,
He
guys.
started this new server, and he was just like, I don't want to join because you guys are just going to get angry that we're there. And we're just like, no, we're angry because it's so good.
Yeah, I know. I was like, ah, fuck you. I know. And then he built a bridge, and it was better than anything we had. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, at that point, I was like, I need to up the ante.
Yeah.
That's where I built my tower.
And he did it. He did. I mean, I tried to, but I fucked.
Do you know what's
it. I
funny?
just built a piece of shit.
Historically, them towers in Japan always burnt down.
Really?
And then
they
mine
actually-
burns down in the game. You're just like,
Ah, that's the sign. Don't build them.
that's just don't build them.
I mean, Andrew's a dick 'cause he burned it. He blew up my fucking house. But he actually built a really nice looking thing as well.
Yeah.
Not quite as nice as Fraz. Or mine. Or Becca.
Hey,
or
I
Muck.
think
Or Joey. Or Griffin.
Griffin went on the server twice, and in the end, we were
For
just.
like a total time of like 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Joey was like, I'm going to rebuild my house. So I was just like, Joey, do you mind just donating this to Griffin? And Griffin's
Yeah.
like, and then he was like, yes. And Griffin's like, alright, cool. And he never came and claimed it. So it just became this abandoned shack. It became Griffin's.
And that's one thing with Joey. He's a very prolific builder.
Oh no, he's very good at
He
just
built
getting.
constantly.
Yeah, no, he was.
He's constantly going for it, which was great. Made the thing look very populated. to answer the first question, I think it's probably just been burnt down because Andrew, I know, hasn't been on it.
Yeah.
I think he hasn't been on it. I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
don't think he's been on
So
it.
I've not actually spoke to Joey properly about this, but he did say all the leaves are gone, but the trees still, like, you know, the actual proper bit of the tree, that's
Tree
still
trunk,
there.
yeah.
And yeah, I was just like, someone's. I
Someone's
think someone's trying to start a war.
Yeah,
Because otherwise the whole thing would have burnt down.
Because I mean, I'm not the type of guy that
I'm miles away.
If I put up something serious and I'm like, I'll start a war. Some people might think, oh, I'll just cut off the leaves, and technically I'm not destroying it. No, that is destroying it. So I will destroy your home and everything you have. If I find out, there was actually one secret that I heard some guy built into it on top of a very tall peak. There's a staircase that goes all the way down to the bottom of the map, and there's something in a chest there, but no one claimed that, so we can't speak about it. But I will say, I probably will go back.
All the way to Dead Rock?
Yeah.
Someone had too much time. Whoever this guy was had too much time.
I think that guy, if he was here, he would probably say that it's he did it in the interest of the server. But that's key.
Well, was it just question about this rumor? Is there actual stairs, or is it just
there are built real stairs? Cause
real stairs. Well, I think I know who it was.
And enough headroom as well.
Oh, all right, okay.
Whoever built it, I don't know who it was.
That rule he tried to put down. It's like everyone has to put down stairs. I was like, no, because some people want to just get down it. But I agree with the headspace. It's just so annoying between bunk, bunk, bunk on the way down.
Yeah, but like if you've got the stairs, you can run up it. If you don't have it, you can't run. So it takes so long.
But it's more if somebody just wants to get into a mine, just get their stuff and get out. I mean,
but you're taking up so much more time.
If I'm never going to use it again, it's more effort.
Maybe you should. Maybe I will. But to answer the question, I come on games in cycles. I get right into it's like Star Wars for me. I go super obsessed, and then it's like the sort of orbit of the sun. I get like, it's summer and then it's winter and I'm not really doing much, and then summer I'm doing loads and loads and loads and loads. So I will be back on it. I don't think I'll build where I used to be. I'll probably start afresh because obviously it's been too tainted now because of Andrew existing within the realm.
So is that you'll start again on the server, or you'll start a new server?
I'll start again on the server probably. Yeah. Probably just keep.
I love that server. There's just something nice about it.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I probably.
Did you ever see the library I built?
I did. It was beautiful.
It's just so much books.
I know. How did you manage that?
I raided. I cheated. I raided the stronghold.
The thing is, I did. I got a PC and spent a hefty amount of money on it. So I need to get my money's worth from this PC, and I've got so many. Gabe got me.
Oh yeah, the last year it was like we tried to warn you. We physically tried to warn you.
Gabe,
it's like, how did
I always saw these memes and it's like this was Gabe.
He's the Jesus.
Gabe Newell, is it? Is that
yeah,
Gabe Newell. He's the owner of Steam and Valve Corp.
And sales are just absolutely brilliant.
And Steam is the best thing for sales. It's unbelievable. Like you get games that are normally like 20 quid and they're going for like 90 pence, and it's like, okay, I'm buying that then. But there's always these memes that Fraz loves.
Yeah, I love the memes.
It's like Gabe's face, and then it's just like a picture of someone's wallet, and then it's just like coming out of their hand. It's like, no, Gabe, no! And it's just
sucked at the computer.
Yeah, just getting sucked. Man, it's so true. In the past 5 days, I've bought something like 7 games, and I do not buy games often. Like I play one thing at a time. But it's like, I had like 13 things on my wish list, and then 7 of them came up in the sale. I was like, well, I need this. I'm saving 20 pence on this one. Yeah.
There's another one that's pretty funny where it's just like there's a guy walking and he's just about to cross the train tracks. He goes, well, I've got some money I'm going to have to start saving up and run out to get a house and put my career on track. And you just see a train that says Steam on it. Steam sales.
Steam sales, yeah. It's like, and it's the developer sales. It's like, oh no, Gabe. It's just, I love his face. It's just such a plain expression, like a half smile, and you're just like your wallet's just getting flung at the thing. It's so true.
And there's one thing I absolutely love about Gabe, and there's one thing he actually said when that's obviously Half-Life absolutely huge. Now my view is I don't think they should make Half-Life 3 because no matter how they do it, it'll never be up to the hype everyone's building for it.
Yeah.
But one thing he said, and I absolutely love it, was every time someone makes a fat joke about him, he's just going to push it back. I absolutely love that.
Hey, goddamn it.
So he's trolling the trolls like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, We're in our last minute now, so Fraz, have you got any final thoughts?
Final thoughts? Not really. I mean,
Look forward to the next episode.
Look forward to
The next episode.
Going up. Obviously, I know you're not going to agree with this, but hoping Andrew's going to be better for the next one. Obviously, getting back on track with
Again, I really don't.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, let's not say that, because who knows? Maybe it'll be off 2 weeks. That'd be horrible.
Oh, was it they have to do her voices
so
again?
lame. That'd be so lame.
Well, on one more thing is, I don't know if this is a teaser. I think we've given a teaser. We're going to go back to another school episode. We're going to obviously do the Dungeons and
We'll
Dragons.
do that at some point. Some point in the near future.
One my boss actually
Not
said
too
to
deep.
us was we should talk about catering
Fraz moving to Glasgow.
and the
As part of
catering and
Dylan's plan.
dealing with quote unquote dick customers.
Oh wow, we could fill that up.
Yes. Was it Andrew? Obviously used to be a manager. You've worked in Lion Unicorn. You've worked. I think we all cover the bases. I work from the kitchen. You cover from behind
I'm sure
bar.
Becca will even have some stories that
Yeah.
Fraz could chip
Well,
in
to be
or
fair,
something, you know.
to be fair, you've got the bar work kind of handled. I've got the kitchen side, and Andrew's got the
He's got
manager.
both. Yeah, he's really got both.
Well, he's
actually.
got more just dealing with dick.
He's got hotel management,
Dick
bar
staff.
management, all that sort of shit. Yeah, so.
So,
Well, that's we've gone just a bit over, but not as much as normal,
Yeah.
which is good.
oh, was it the 10 minutes last time?
Yeah, I know.
18, I think it was, but I don't know.
No, we never went that far over. It was only like it was only 3 minutes or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Not too bad. But this has been Three Guys Podcast.
Well, two
episode
guys.
5.
Two
Yeah.
guys podcast.
Two Guys, which is the way it always should have been. Might I add? But we will see you guys next week, and hopefully Andrew will be back. Sorry. I almost said won't be. That'd be a dick move. But we'll see you later.
Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.